Are you aware of this 1% law by SEBI? Successful investors are using this law very smartly. It is time that you get to know about it. Check out this video to know about this 1% law. Hi investors, welcome to the first video on my YouTube channel. I'm super excited to launch this and I'll do my best to add value to your investing journey. So let's get started with the learning. If you are investing in stock market, it's a very fascinating information to get that which stocks is that successful investor buying? Which stocks are those set of investors buying which you admire, who are your idol, right? Now, if you go and search on Google simply, for example, Rakesh Jhunjhunwala portfolio, you will get a few websites which gives the details of his portfolio along with the allocation of stocks in that portfolio. Now, coming to the credibility or reliability part of that website, we'll come to that later. But for the time being, there are two broad issues when you are copying successful investors' portfolio. Let's talk about those two issues. Number one, not copying as it is. For example, there's a news which came last year in 2020 that Mr. Rakesh Jhunjhunwala bought stocks worth 1,000 crores in so and so company, right? We all, get fascinated and excited by that news. Oh, he has bought such large quantity of stocks in that particular company. He must be knowing something which we may not know, right? He must be doing something which we are not aware of. And why not we should also go and buy those stocks? Now, the problem here is 1,000 crores might be a big amount for you and me, but it's not a big amount for him compared to the size of his portfolio. So if you look at the complete portfolio size of, let's say, Mr. Rakesh Jhunjhunwala, 1,000 crores is maybe 2.5%. That's it. Now, the problem starts when you start copying that portfolio without looking at the allocation. When you start copying that one stock without looking at the allocation. Let's say you have got 5 lakh rupees to invest, or let's say you've got 10 lakh rupees to invest, and you saw this news that he has bought this stock worth 1,000 crore rupees. You will go and invest 5 lakh rupees out of your total portfolio into that stock, which is how much? 50% of your portfolio, whereas he has invested just 2%. Now just assume the price of the stock goes down to half, 50% in next few weeks, few months, even let's say few years. Will that impact him? Maybe to some extent, but how much will it impact you? Think about it. So that's number one issue. When we are copying someone, we are not copying as it is, which means if you really wanted to copy what he is doing, you should have seen the total portfolio size. Let's say you found out it is 2% of the total portfolio. 2% of your portfolio, let's say 10 lakh rupees portfolio is 20,000 rupees. 2% of 10 lakhs is 20,000 rupees. Go and invest that if you really want to copy them. Right? So at least copy properly, copy as it is. Right? Another problem in copying. Let's say the investor has got 10 stocks. The successful investor you're copying has got 10 stocks in his or her portfolio. You see that list, you like 3 or 4 stocks and you buy them. That's again a problem. Why? Please understand, no matter how successful an investor is, there is no such investor in the history of this planet who has made money in every stock. Out of a 10 stocks portfolio, a well-researched 10 stocks portfolio of a super successful investor, take it anyone across the world, 2 stocks minimum have given losses. Short term, long term, whatever they have invested into, they have incurred losses, exited in loss, or they are sitting on loss right now, maybe they'll exit in future. So out of 10 stocks, minimum 2 have given losses, maybe 2 or 3 will give exceptional returns and remaining 5 or 6 will give average returns. So overall, a well-researched portfolio has a mixture of high-performing stocks, negative stocks or loss-making stocks and average stocks, right? Now, when you're just taking up 3 or 4 stocks out of those 10 stocks, you do not know whether you took the best ones, the average ones or the bad ones. So again, the point is, if you are copying, copy as it is. Else you may end up doing speculation rather than investing. I hope that made sense. Before we proceed, a quick announcement. There is a link given in the description box below which has a quiz. Now watch this entire video, take that quiz. We'll ask questions based on what you learn in this video. Those who get all the answers right will pull out that list, and just one person, any one person, will get a book delivered to his or her doorstep. So make sure you take that quiz, not just for the book, but also for your learning purpose. We will announce the winner in the next video when the next video is uploaded. One last thing in this link is there in that description box only for next 72 hours from the time we upload this video on YouTube. So if you're watching this video after that, this announcement is not important for you. Let's get back to the video. The next problem, the SEBI law of 1% I was talking about initially. There is a law by SEBI which says that any investor, individual or institutional, let's say a mutual fund company or a mutual fund scheme or a FII or anyone, any individual or any entity, if they have got 1% stake in a company, 1% or more, their name should be displayed in the shareholding pattern report, which is published by the company every quarter. So for example, Mr. X is a successful investor. He has got 1% stake in a particular company. His name will come in that shareholding report in that quarter. Let's say in that quarter, he ends up selling a few stakes. So next, and it goes below 1%. Let's say 0.8% it becomes. In the next shareholding report, his name will not be displayed. Right? Now think about it. This is where the successful investors play it smart, and there's nothing wrong in that. I mean, it's a part of their investment strategy. They know that their name will come in public the moment it touches 1%. They will intentionally buy 0.7, 0.8, maybe 0.9% stake in that company and not 1%. So the public will not get to know, right? After 3, 4, 5, 7, 8 years, gradually they increase the stake and bring it to 1%. The moment it hits 1%, the next shareholding pattern report which comes in the subsequent quarter, the public will get to know so and so investor has bought stakes worth this much in this company, and everyone gets excited and they run after buying that stock. I'm sure you got the problem. The problem here is we do not know whether they bought that stock in that quarter or they were buying that stock for last 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 years and what price they bought it for. So there is a possibility that they bought it for a very low price, most likely, compared to the price we are buying it at today, right? So you do not have real-time information when you are copying someone's portfolio in this manner. Now think about it. The same problem happens when they sell a stock. So let's say April, May, June quarter, they sell the stock in April. And they bring it down to below 1% or they make it 0% in their portfolio. They sell the entire holding they have of a particular stock. In April, they do that. April, May, June quarter shareholding pattern report will be declared in the month of July. So in the month of July, you will get to know that so and so investor whom you were copying, they sold this stock 3 months back. And by that time, when this information is out, there is a chance that the stock price goes down drastically. Yeah. So you will not have the real-time information when they bought a stock and when they end up selling it, right? This is where that 1% law is very, very crucial for us to know when we are copying someone's portfolio. This also tells us that we may never know the complete portfolio details of any successful investor, unless and until they publicly come out and share that, this is the stock, these are the stocks which I am holding, even though it is not 1% of the company, but these are the stocks I am holding and this is the number of stocks I have bought, which I don't think they do it regularly, or they even do it once in a while. I have not seen them doing it so openly. Yeah. So make sure that this aspect of this 1% law, how it is impacting your strategy of copying and following a successful investor. And the last point, the credibility or reliability of the information which you're getting on the internet. So when you look at that portfolio on whatever website you are, how credible is that information? How reliable is that information? What if there is some mismatch in there? Can you do something about it? Not really. I mean, I'm sure their terms and conditions have let it down very clearly that, we are not responsible for any error in that information. Obviously, they will do that. And you cannot really do anything about it if you get to know later that this website gave you a wrong information. So that's another angle of, when you're copying someone. So you must have heard this Hindi muhavra or kahawat, right? That Nakal may be Akal Chahiye. You need brains even when you are copying someone. So next time when you copy a successful investor, please bear in mind all these issues while copying someone. I'll just repeat them one by one. Number one, you're not copying it as it is. Within that, one is you're not looking at the allocation of their portfolio in that stock. Second, you're not copying the complete portfolio. So both the things has problems, right? And the second issue we talked about was the SEBI law of 1%. You will get to know the information, the public will get to know about it only when they touch or cross 1% stake in that company. 1% of the company's stake, the company's total value, right? And the same thing when they go down below 1%, you'll get to know only after the next quarterly shareholding report is declared, not before that. So that, I think, makes copying a successful investor, that defeats the purpose of copying the successful investor. So I hope you got value out of this video and you could make sense out of what you need to do about your portfolio when you are copying someone. And I hope that will add value to your investing journey. Thank you so much.